Hi guys, it's Jeff at Slaylands Racing. This video is about how to install a Motominded EVO headlight on a 23 KTM 300XC. And so that's the headlight that I'm talking about. I've got one of these on my XC TBI as well, and I really like it. It's not a super powerful headlight, you know, for like doing high-speed desert races, but it's great for trail riding. And in Colorado here, we have quite a few tunnels in my area that we pass through, and it's nice to have a headlight when you're going through those. But I mainly use headlights while going through the tunnels, and then emergency situations. You know, like if you get somebody has a mechanical or somebody gets hurt and you're out after dark trying to get them back in. Well, then that's when I use the headlight. Other than that, I don't ever turn it on. So I know one of your first thoughts is going to be, well, does this 23XC have enough juice to power this headlight? Well, yes, it does. You know, this is an LED, obviously, and LEDs don't draw much current. I don't know what the draw is on this one. But I've got this plus a fan kit. And that's the other question we get a lot of is, you know, can it handle a headlight and a fan kit? Well, it depends on the headlight, of course. You know, any of the LEDs are pretty low draw. And then the fan kits pretty much kind of max out the system because these have a pretty wimpy stator in them. But I'm only going to use, the fan's only going to be coming on when I'm in tight sections, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to have the headlight on at the same time. So I'm never going to be operating them both at the same time. If I'm bringing somebody out after dark, it's probably going to be cool. The fan's not going to come on. The headlight's going to work just fine. So I don't think that's an issue whatsoever. And the other side of that is there's three aftermarket companies that we've talked with that are working on higher output stators for these bikes. So within a few months, probably by summertime, we'll have some options there. And that will be able to power whatever you want. All right, so back to installing this. You can buy them with the mask, which is the white piece, or without. And we've got these masks in white, orange, and black. But if you already have a mask, you can just install this bezel and the light in it. And there's the back side. So there's a couple of different ways you can wire it. Or wire the switch, excuse me. So there's the bomber switch, which I have on one of my other bikes, and it's a very nice quality product, but I just don't want more stuff on my handlebars. I've already got plenty of stuff up there with hand guards and map switches and all that kind of stuff. So I really didn't want to put another item on my handlebar, but you know, if you do, we have that option available for you. I chose to go with a more simple solution because there's already a hole. As you can see, there's a hole on both sides, one here and one here, where you can put the switch. So you can put it on the left side or the right side. I chose the left. And so that's a super easy installation. It just pops in there, and then you thread this little cap on. And then this plugs into a harness that comes with it. So that's where this plugs in right here. I've already got that ready to go. I've kind of cleaned this up a little bit here too. I've tucked this stuff in a little bit better than it was from the factory. I mean, I'm really picky about wiring. I'm picky about pretty much everything on my bike, but I see a lot of bikes that have some really ghetto-looking wiring on them. So anyhow, that's going to run back here like that. I drilled a little hole in this mount here so I could zip tie it right there. And that runs back down here on the back side of these cables. And it runs right alongside the same wiring harness that I've got for the fan kit that I installed. And then I cross it over to the other side. So I go through this area here and cross it over to the other side. and I run it down this big harness. I'm trying to keep all the wiring in one spot rather than have wires on both sides of the frame here. Excuse me, both sides of the frame here and here. So I'm trying to keep everything clean. And so I just ran it right on top of that factory harness there. And so I had wires from the fan kit that I hadn't yet hooked up, and then I had wires from this headlight kit, and I kind of joined them together. So right about in this area, I hooked the fan kit wires and the headlight wires together so that they could both use the same fuse block. So there's a fuse block underneath here that I kind of tucked down in there. You can pop this piece off. This is the solenoid. It's just held on these little rubber mounts right here, and you can pop this off of here. Let's see if I can do that. It's one-handed. And then maybe you can see down in there I got the fuse block, which is right down there. Trying to keep everything kind of hidden and clean looking. And so that way, rather than having 4 wires running up to this area, I just have 2. One power wire and one hot wire over here. Excuse me. One power wire, one ground wire. To keep everything clean. And then I just took a X-Acto knife and cut a little slot in the back of this rubber boot so I could just run that straight in there. You can see that looks pretty clean. This is pretty clean. I got to shrink that. I forgot to do that, so I'll put some heat on that in a minute. Shrink that down. But other than that, guys, that's really all there is to it. I mean, you don't have to really go to the extremes that I did here. I just like my stuff really clean and tight. So anyhow, that's kind of the general picture there. And so all I have left to do is just plug in the headlight and put it on. All right, guys, hopefully that helps you a little bit. Installing your headlight. And let's see, one little pointer here. So I took, in this section here, I took a piece of shrink tubing and I slit it so I could put this bundle of wires in there. And then I wrapped it with electrical tape and then zip tied it on. And it came out cleaner that way than just trying to wrap the wires. If you have any questions about this, guys, you're always welcome to email us at info@slavensracing.com or give us a call. Our phone number is all over our website, slavensracing.com. And we're always glad to help. And if you would, please like us on Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And I hope I see you out on the trail this summer here in Colorado or somewhere else. I get around a little bit. So get off some throttle therapy. That's all for now.